I'm in my gamer pants.
My name's Zeno. This is episode 23, and I'm joined today by these fuckers. Cultist. Hey, get him out of the way.
Hi, hey, yeah, I'm a ghost. Bye.
Yeah, and Junior and Mitsuki. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Hello. We have amazing news and RuneScape updates. Shut the fuck up.
Anyways, so yes, do we have some stuff to cover before we actually get into the news and stuff, like guys? How's it going?
Only that automated systems that ban people for things are stupid.
Okay, so Mitsuki's open and strong here.
I personally wanted to keep that to the end, but fine.
Yeah, same. We could just keep that to the end. Anyways.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. We don't have to mention it. I'm just saying.
Mitsuki just has poor delivery. He does.
I know.
And, that's all right. But yeah. How was y'all's weekend? Decent.
My weekend, I made fried chicken and air fryer. It was good.
Yeah. Fried chicken, air fryer. What the fuck? What the fuck is this?
It's healthy, man. It's healthy. It's good
I do
for
like
you.
Some fried chicken. I actually tried making some mousse just earlier, and I was doing it off the top of my head, and I haven't made it in like 13 years, and I completely fucked it up. So yeah, that's how that's going. But we're not here to talk about food. We're here to talk about video games.
Speak for yourself. I could talk about food. I'd be more than happy to talk about food and recipes.
We're going to talk about random stuff that has nothing related to what we're doing. I've driven more this week than I think I've had in like the past month.
You've driven more this week than the past month?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to adulting.
I'm actually deliberately choosing to drive.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, yes. I drive every day. For like 7 hours. I used to love driving, but with my current job, it's driving kind of got annoying. Anyways.
Unless you got a new route, more fun for you.
Well, with that randomness out of the way, because gamer pants stuff, let's get right into what we had this week, right, for news and stuff like that in gaming. Mitsuki, what do you got? You got a topic for us?
So recently, and this is a little late, the day beyond ended up losing
the day before.
Oh,
not
the day before.
Beyond.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? Let's be honest here. At this point, they're going to have to call it the day before.
It is the day before.
I mean, the day beyond.
Fucking shit, man. You can't even get this shit right.
It's been a long day, okay?
This is what editing is for, right?
No, we leave just in raw.
Wait, are we just going to agree to, not edit the fucking things?
This mistake is a funny mistake. It's not like it's a game-breaking mistake.
Yes.
Okay, so I could still do, some edits, yeah?
Yes.
Remove breathing?
Just do some rough edits and,
Rough edits? Just remove the breathing, the coughing on the mics and everything?
Yeah,
exactly. Okay, bye.
We're not here to do ASMR, fucking Mitsuki's breathing over there. And hacking and shit.
Yes.
Anyways, so what do you got? The day before.
So they ended up losing their trademark, and people found out.
I'm sorry, who lost their trademark?
The day before.
They
lost their copyright. They lost the name.
Are you fucking kidding me? I was so confused.
Somehow someone resolved the name of the game before them. So they weren't able to essentially call themselves the day before.
You want to give some background story to what this day before is? Because some of our listeners might not know what day before is.
It's a game.
It's a zombie survival shooter, pretty much.
Yeah. It was announced a while back. It was supposed to come out
2021, 2022.
It was supposed to come out quite literally a week from now or some shit. I don't know the exact date. and extremely late. They were like, "Yeah, we're gonna give you guys a gameplay trailer, right?" So we're expecting a gameplay trailer this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't come out, and they hit us with a surprise, 1-2 punch, and they came out and said, "Hey, we can't put out this trailer that we promised you." Which
Because it has copyright?
People were being sus about this game right from the get-go, because they're like, well, is it even a real game? We haven't heard anything. It's supposed to release like in a month or whatnot, right? And then they hit us with the, yeah, we're gonna get a new gameplay trailer, right? And we're like, bro, it's like a month out. What do you mean are gonna be reveal gameplay just now? So people were confused about that, right? It was questionable. And now we didn't even get the gameplay trailer because they said that they have some issues with licensing, that apparently someone registered the name the day before,
which was registered in 2021 May. So they lost it in May. In 2022, they finally filed for it, which was in November. And if you understand anything about legal, you understand how this works. Basically, the legal team fucked up because they either didn't submit the paperwork, or they assumed that the developers behind the game had already submitted the paperwork. Then they realized they didn't. They had to submit it. It takes time for paperwork to be approved, for proofreading, to go through everything. So when they didn't get it the first time, they had to wait. They then send it. Well, someone already took the trademark of it. Then after the trademark's gone, they need to file dispute, see if it's an actual thing, if this person is actually making a game called the day before. Because regardless of how the game is, if a guy makes a game called the day before you, then,
it's theirs.
Tough luck, tough shit.
Yeah.
Does it have to be a game? Because I was under the impression, like, I would have laughed my ass off if it was like a small...
It has to be in the same genre. So it does have to be a game, because like if you make, there can be a short called The Day Before short and a book called The Day Before. That's how you get a lot of these stupid books called,
The Day Before.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, so to add to the speculation of whether this game is real or it's a scam, because apparently that's the thing right now, that people are thinking that it's a scam or it's not real. It doesn't exist. The game does not exist. They're just fucking getting us to fucking shell out money.
The Day Before isn't real. It can't hurt you.
Yeah. So to add to that was the whole fact that, the game, I don't exactly have the numbers, the exact thing. Let's just say it came out, or was revealed, let's just say hypothetically, August 2021, right?
It was revealed in January of 2021.
Okay, well then there you go. It was revealed January 2021. So when it was revealed as the day before, at that moment, they should have, logically, or at least any sane freaking developer or anything would have claimed the copyright for that already. Right?
But they didn't.
As it's in development, especially if they're touting or they're revealing this game as the day before. If it had like a tentative title, like, Project
The Day Before, Project
the Day, things like that, then understandable, right? So essentially,
Project Z.
Yeah, Project Z. Essentially, they revealed this, game. Hey, we're working on this game called The Day Before. At that point in time, they probably should have already had something in the works for, getting the copyright, for the name The Day Before. But they didn't. And then someone went out, probably like the day after or some shit. I don't know the exact date. Someone went out and claimed the copyright for it. So that's the thing that's going on right now. And people are just basically adding to the speculation because of that this game is not real. But the developers say that the game is very much real.
Here's the main issue. If you know anything about fucking copyright, documentation, and legal proceedings, you know that all this is a fucking month-long process that takes forever to get paperwork in, to get paperwork reviewed, to get paperwork sent, to get sent on the correct mail, and then sometimes people lose that paperwork.
It's a legal matter. It takes forever, yes.
Yeah, so the people complaining that, they didn't get the copyright, that means it's a scam. No, it's not a scam, because the The fact that they'll backward the person who's paying them a lot of money is telling them, well, no, it's not a scam. We trust them and we've been watching the process. It all speaks a lot for the defense of this game is actually being made.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want to call them scummy because last year they were caught using free label, if you want to call the game, it's probably not going to be as good as it looks like it. Those are valid criticisms. But saying the game is a scam because they didn't get the trademark isn't a valid criticism. Saying the game is mismanaged because they didn't get the trademark immediately is a complete valid reason because, who fucks that up?
Yeah, but I guess these things always happen a lot, not necessarily like in the gaming space, but like in the business world, it happens a lot. Like some people forget to do the trademark.
Patent trolls are a thing. It's a valid way of making money.
They squat on like either that or on patents or trademarks or what are they called? Domain names and things like that. Like people, they're squatters there. But yeah, it's a thing. But essentially, they posted it up. Because they did not put up the gameplay trailer as promised, they said that, hey, we were supposed to put the gameplay trailer up, but we can't because this trademark thing. So now if they do put that, gameplay trailer up, whoever owns the trademark can basically copyright it and say, hey, take this down. So they talked to their legal, they put up, like, I think it was on, I want to say their Twitter, they put up, hey, this is why we didn't put up the gameplay trailer because, we're trying to work through this, trying to see if we can put it up still, even though we don't have the trademark, yada, yada. And they pushed the game back 9 months because of that. Because 9 months is yes, it's a long time, but like Mitsuki said, this process takes a while, and they might even have to change the name, depends on how it is.
Also, just to put it out there, but the people who are like, oh well, why can they still have a Twitter handle called,
the day before?
Is because technically speaking, a Twitter handle doesn't mean you're the day before developer. It means that you have a Twitter handle that's called the day before. It has nothing to do with being able to hold the copyright or not, because I know Asmongold has mentioned this. It's like, well, why can they have a YouTube channel called the day before? Why can they have a Twitter handle called this and say they're official? Well, because companies don't talk to each other. The FTC doesn't go and say, YouTube, you have to enforce this. No, those are done by DMCAs and asking to take down that shit. It's not anything like that. And yes,
basically handles the copyright laws are not applied.
Yeah, everyone handles their own copyright laws differently, and it's just silly.
Yeah.
I have a question. What stops the day before guys from just buying the copyright?
You don't really want to buy it because it can cost a lot of money.
Honestly, I think that because from what I read and what I understand, if I understand this correctly, is they released that first, like, basically, let's say I made a game, right? And I called it
RuneScape.
Poor Junior, right?
Oh, fucking course.
Yes. I released that trailer saying, hey, I'm making a game. It's called Poor Junior. I don't copyright it then or I don't have that copyright, right? But let's say it's today. And then 2 days from today, right?
You realize
Mitsuki here is like, you know what? There's a copyright open for that name. I'm going to copyright the name Poor Junior. So Mitsuki, just to be malicious, goes out and copyrights it, right? I'm not saying whoever copyrighted it is being malicious, but this happens often. Mitsuki's like, you know what? I'm going to take that. And he copyrights it. And once he copyrights it, that's his. So if I unknowingly keep on with my development, saying, thinking I'm still going to have that name Poor Junior, and then, come release date, I'm like, or like right before release, I'm like, hey, Poor Junior. And then like someone says, hey, I own the copyright for Poor Junior. Why are you naming your game Poor Junior? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, nobody had that copyright when we checked it, right? Because that's also a thing that we did not mention.
Yeah, you do have to check.
The day before claimed that when they first announced it, the copyright was open. Nobody had it, right? So this just leads to me believe that it was someone with malicious intent, right? Because now Mitsuki can basically hold me ransom or hold that trademark ransom and kind of blackmail him, like, hey, do you want this thing? Do you want this copyright? I'll give it up for like 2 million.
Yeah.
People do that. Or they'll go and be like, if I want the day before game.com for my game or for my thing, or poorjunior.com, Mitsuki can go and they call them squatting, right? Like cyber squatting, I think it is.
Yep.
They'll go and they'll sit on that domain. They'll claim that domain so that I cannot make poorjunior.com or poorjuniorgame.com. And I basically have to pay them, or they can say, hey, well, you can buy me out for, 100K. I'll give you the website or the domain name. So they do that.
You don't want to do that because that's now an additional cost before the game's even launched.
Yeah. But the options that they can do, if they can prove that, they were kind of in the process, or that this guy is maliciously and kind of like just doing this, or has a copyright claim, I'm pretty sure there's a way, I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure there's a way they can say like, hey, look, we had an intent to copyright it. We had, everything in the works. We double checked it. It wasn't there. And if they kind of can prove that this was kind of like done maliciously, I believe they can claim that copyright and stuff. You know what I mean? I believe they can, like a court can overturn it.
Yes, however, since they're having a dispute, they've delayed the game to November, which a lot of people are saying proves that the game's a scam. No, they delayed it to November, so one, they could get the copyright thing taken care of, and two, so that way if there's anything else, like, gameplay issues, things that need to be fixed,
it essentially gives them time to smooth it out, yeah. So, like...
It's the safest bet.
So it's a win-win, essentially. Like, we get a better polished game, and, they get to figure out, that whole thing with the whole copyright, essentially.
I mean, you would hope they would take at least the additional time to polish it, because they could just say, fuck it, we have the game done, we just need that copyright.
Yep. But, it gets into polish, Most devs are not done day one after releasing it, unless they're those scammy freaking early access games on Steam that we see all the time.
There is some issues that do worry me, because there is a chance that when they go to be like, yeah, look, we were the original owners of it, the guy can put gameplay footage of a shitty game and essentially argue back, and these proceedings can go and take like weeks or months. No, I'm sorry, months or years.
They would also have to prove that they were working on this beforehand.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure, the devs behind the day before, I'm pretty sure they have probably like, I think was it a Kickstarter?
No.
I'm not sure. Okay.
They haven't taken any community money.
Okay. So yeah, then if it's a company, I'm pretty sure they have logs of, builds like they have, version like 001 or like really early access or early dev builds. So I'm pretty sure they have the logs of those, so they can prove it. Whoever copyrighted it, I mean, for all we know, it could be someone legitimately that was trying to make a game at the same time, and they might have it. So if they do, then the day before is going to have to change the name, which I'm okay with, because it's not like games haven't changed names before.
I mean, it would be helpful because you said the day before, and I was like, I don't know what type of joke was being told here, but it feels bad.
The day before they lost the copyright trademark.
Yes.
Yeah, it's shit.
They checked the day before, and it wasn't copyrighted the day before.
Yeah, that is true. I understand, but the name the day before, you can make these jokes.
Yeah. So yeah, but basically, hopefully they get that sorted out, and hopefully we get the game. I was actually excited for the gameplay. I know I posted it on Discord with you guys, and I was excited to watch the gameplay because
if it's a multiplayer shooter, I'm fine with it. I'm happy to play zombie survival game number 5,738.
Yes.
I think I just go to 7 days.
Just don't cry when we don't help you out, with the leopards.
You never help me out with leopards.
Mountain lions, something about it.
You never help me out with that shit. I'm the one who helps you out with that shit.
I didn't even kill a single mountain lion this thing.
I think I have.
Yeah, you have. You killed several of them. Yeah. But you killed bears.
We've killed mountain lions. Anyways, whatever.
Anyways, moving on to the next topic. Were we covering the other things? Yeah, we're D&D. Yeah.
The cunts have been cucked.
So,
If we're
in
speaking
other
to his
news,
namesake.
because we're waiting on Coaches, anyways,
Now we'll leave Coates to the end and give him
So what ended up happening was that our favorite cunts
Wizards of the Coast.
Have been cucked.
Dude, imagine being like a family friendly podcast and not being able to say cunts.
Family
You imagine?
friendly.
You
We
know
lost
what?
that a while
It's family
ago.
friendly. You know, if you're listening to us in your soccer van or whatnot, and you're taking your kids to school, I
We support
apologize.
your kids.
I apologize, adults. Teach your gamers right.
So here's my
Don't
Don't get
lie.
issue.
used to it. This will break them in.
You imply that they're going to teach them at all.
Wow.
Dude, my kid's a savage, dude. J's a savage. I taught her well. Anyways, continue.
Anyways, so we have some issue with Wizards of the Coast. We were having this fight where essentially they wanted to take everything and bolt it to their shit so that way no one else can get the trademarks, copyrights, anything of that nature.
Yes.
Well, Wizards of the
Exact opposite
Coast,
of what we just talked about.
yeah,
Funnily enough.
Wizards of the Coast ended up being so unpopular, no one liking any of their decisions that they gave up.
Yes.
And now
Everyone hated that.
Yeah, everyone hated it.
Yes.
What was it?
If you don't know what we're
Critical
talking about,
Role.
we talked about it at length last episode. So if you
Yeah,
want to go
Wizards
back
of
to last episode and
Yeah.
What's their name?
Wizards of the Coast D&D,
Watch our last
They're-
episode, guys.
their open license.
They wanted to change their license to be more restrictive, so they can
Long
get
story
tons of
short,
money.
yes.
Everyone hated that and saw through their lies.
Yeah,
and
I was
now-
trying to think of what their name was. Critical Role said they were going to leave and make their own thing. What was that
Pathfinder.
old games company? Pathfinder was going to make their own open games license.
Mhm.
A bunch of the DLCs and other gameplay stuff was saying that they were going to quit Wizards and go to the open game license with Pathfinder. Basically, everything that was goodwill for this company had been lost.
Yes. Long
all
story
that
short,
for a drop of blood.
Wizards of the Coast is being greedy with their open game licenses. They wanted to change it from a really, really laxed, I guess, license to something newer that basically could, restrict the way content creators use it, their licenses with specifically the D&D, right?
That way they could make more money.
Yes. So people basically rioted and they came back and they said, we'll do a revised edit. But the revised edit was basically like, all the community's feedback was falling on deaf ears and the main issues weren't being addressed. And then they said, well, okay, community pushed back even more. And now they're basically just saying, okay, whatever,
They're basically going, okay, well, we're going to give up. We're just going to go back with the same open game license. We're not going to change anything.
And this, my friends, is a perfect example of gamers and weebs and everybody else rallying together and basically making our voices heard. And, for that, I do commend them. I did take them a while, but I will give them that. Okay, if they relent, sure.
This is the power of unity.
They always were going to relent because at the end of the day, Pathfinder could have made an open game license and made all that money. And then Wizard, not Blizzard.
He's a bit confused, but he's got the right spirit.
Anyways, would have lost all that money and they would have been shit out of luck. So it's understandable why they decided to go back and say, hey guys, how about we fix this shit before it becomes an issue?
And this is the power of the workers uniting.
I like it. I like that that we basically made our voices heard, right? And by we, I mean everybody who actually made their voice heard. I really didn't well, you know what? I expressed concern. We all expressed concern on episode 22 of Gamer Pants.
Yeah.
But I respect everybody for, speaking up. And this is a perfect example of like, we need to speak with either our wallets, which eventually I think they noticed that Wizards was going to go down and people are going to basically like not buy their shit. We should probably apply this to other things, but I know it's hard. Like, I mean, I'm guilty of this myself, but like if Pokemon makes a shit game and you want Pokemon to change, don't buy a Pokemon game. It's like, I don't like what Mitsuki was saying last episode. Don't watch things that you hate, because it basically just boosts their number. It's like bad publicity is good publicity, right?
Any publicity is good publicity.
Yes.
Well,
So,
I mean,
yeah.
isn't this the example that proves the rule?
Yep. This is what says, hey, we gotta make this. Basically, we gotta make our voices have some impact, and that's how we do it. We basically target them where it hurts, their wallet. So they saw that this was gonna hurt their wallet, because I think Wizards of the Coast is not necessarily in a great position to be kind of doing these things. Like I said, I see them waning. Like, honestly, Junior, if I tell you Wizards of the Coast, what do you think?
Magic the Gathering.
I didn't even know they were important, I'll be honest. I think I've heard their name, that they used to own Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon, and then they separated.
Pokemon trading card game, yeah.
Yeah,
The
they
original
used
ones.
to.
Yep. And
But
that's
all
what
I
know
knew.
about
I
it.
only knew them in their historical context.
Yeah, so that's what I know about him, and I know about Magic the Gathering. But see, I would argue that Magic the Gathering is on a downfall at the moment, right? I don't know. Would you agree, Mitsuki? Since you're the only other Magic the Gathering enthusiast here.
So they're known for Magic the Gathering, they're known for D&D, but that's it. That's all they're known for.
But I'm saying that I would argue that the interest in Magic the Gathering is on a downward trend, right? Just in general, like over the years, like it's not at its peak as it used to be.
I wouldn't say that. I would say it's actually fairly competent. The issue is,
but it's not its prime.
Or more
in
like
comparison to Yu-Gi-Oh, it's more popular, but card games in general are not very popular anymore.
Yes, so I would argue that from its prime, it's on a downward trend. Maybe it might be up, right? But like from what it used to be, card games are probably not as prevalent as they used to be, right? Like with the newer generations, it's not the thing. And if it is, it's I would argue it's different things like Yu-Gi-Oh! And or Pokemon. I don't necessarily see like the younger generation playing Magic. Like I would argue my generation and maybe even yours, Mitsuki, would be playing Magic the Gathering. Like Cultist and Junior probably hadn't even heard of Magic the Gathering, maybe just in passing, don't even know what the hell it is, right? Now they do because we've educated them, but yeah. It's a superior card game in my opinion, but yeah. But so if they see all this bad publicity and people speaking up, then they can be like, look, our card game is not as great as it used to be as far as, sales. And maybe that's why they were like, fuck it. Let's go back. That's my take.
I mean, I assume Magic the Gathering is stagnant, and that it has its fans and they'll stay for as long as they live.
Yeah,
but
that's what I mean. It's not in its prime. Essentially,
it's safe, but it's not growing.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I tried it. It was okay, but I just didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
If you know what the fuck you're doing in Yu-Gi-Oh, you know what the hell you're doing in Magic. Magic is easier.
No, but like I meant like in their app. Like what is this? What am I doing?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The cards. The cards are easy to read. That's piss easy. The cards is not the problem. It's the app itself.
I would say Magic the Gathering Arena is not the best trading card, like a digital trading card. I guess app.
Yeah, like that. Like you could show Brian's cousin that screams Fortnite. Master Duel, and I think he'd understand what the fuck it's to do. If you show them Magic Arena, they would not know what the fuck they're doing.
I think your issue with Magic the Gathering Arena was that it had like a lot of different game modes, and you don't know what is what.
Yeah,
right?
That again, that's the problem.
It's because Magic has like a lot of different like ways you can play the game. Precisely, like it's not like just one rule set. They do have like different ways. Like you can do like quick battles and things like that.
Commander being the best,
but like I don't know what Commander is.
Yeah,
that's my point.
To explain Commander is you have a Commander, it comes out, it's a legendary creature that is your commander. Your commander has some rule sets. If it dies 3 times, you end up losing the game, but every time it dies, it costs more mana. And,
What's
or
something
if
from
you
not
take
just summoning?
100 damage or something, however much life you agree, you lose the game. So you can die in multiple ways.
Well, I didn't.
Now,
Because the app doesn't tell me.
and you have 99 chords to play with.
That's how we're getting at that. It's a little bit more complicated. But anyways, moving on with our actual story, because this is a Gamer Pan tangent.
We love our tangents.
Where the hell is my Discord?
I love my tangerines.
So we also
Tangerines are
have
great. Anyways,
the conspiracy theory people with the FTC and Microsoft.
oh yeah, we have some updates on that saga as well.
So
Right?
it turned out.
Yes.
So originally, when the Activision Microsoft announced, they began in the European Union, and they were they already talked to America. Then they went to EU. They were going to get their stuff verified and approved in the EU first. Except that didn't happen because they got called to court by the FTC. Now it's come out that the FTC purposely sued Microsoft over the Activision deal to dissuade Microsoft and Activision from forming because the FTC would need to hear about it and such. So they essentially bullied the
Microsoft?
EU and made them hold off on all that good shit.
On their ruling, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean? Oh, okay. Interesting.
So this went into a nation and a national.
It basically
problem.
it went from EU being able to make a decision, verify, and be able to do something about it to, the FTC is talking to you, so we have to end our negotiations. We can't talk to you till they're done.
I see.
Cool.
So they got cucked, essentially. They could have finished the EU deal and then held that against the US, saying the EU already approved of us, so you have to approve of us. But in this case, now that the FTC sued them before that happened, the EU is now no longer talking to them until after this debate gets settled in the US court system.
Okay. I
So
get it now.
So basically,
Yeah.
they Uno'd reversed them.
Yes.
Kind of, yeah. They blocked the EU deal so that they wouldn't basically use that as a precedent in their current thing, right?
Yep.
For the US.
That was
Okay.
the perfect image to describe that situation in my head.
Yep.
I don't have the time to explain it, but fine.
All right. Well, that's all fun. Cultist, you ready?
Yeah.
Does anyone know any ancient
pretty
shaman
short,
summoning rituals?
Dude, we should have like a summoning little
Yeah.
jingle
Yes.
for cultist. We won't even say, cultist, are you ready? No, we're just gonna play that, and see if he hears it.
And it's just gonna be someone whispering Hecarim porn.
Great.
How you doing,
Instead
cultist?
of
I'm sorry about that.
Hecarim, just make him Senna since I main her instead, okay?
Oh no! Don't try to be fucking reasonable here.
Does Hecarim have
At
fur?
least I'm... No.
At least
Anyways, moving on. Continuation from last episode, we finally got a bit more news for The Sims in general, at the very least. So
Is it
first
the actual
off,
game or the competition?
the game, the actual game. Hold on.
Wait, so it's not DLC?
Your mom's DLC.
Anyway, ignoring both of them.
Junior, come back.
Junior, come back. Come back, Junior. You can still scrape it off the floor.
Anyways, as I was saying, we got a little bit of news on The Sims, or more specifically, Sims 4, and something in regards to Sims 5. They haven't released info on that yet. So essentially, what's happening right now is that the developers for The Sims are planning on updating The Sims 4 with some more new features because I don't know. Who knows? The Sims 4 is old. Come on. At least give us more information on the Sims
Wait.
5. Yes.
Okay, Sims 4 is the one we have now, and Sims 5 is the new game coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, so it is DLC. Okay.
Okay. Funny man. Anyways, in regards to Sim 5, well, that information is gonna have to come until next week. Because next week on Tuesday is when they're gonna do another Sims live stream, which they haven't done for quite some time. And so in that stream, they're gonna be going more in depth into the updates that they're having planned for Sims 4, along with the new features, and hopefully we're gonna get more behind the scenes on what they're planning for the Sims 5. So that's obviously something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Honestly, like I haven't kept up with the Sims. I really the last Sims I played, I think, was Sims 2, TBH, and I don't know why. I've never really been captivated by Sims, like games in general. I've done like other like city builders, I guess, because they kind of do fall
What
under
about
like Sims, like
SimCity?
life Sims. I do play SimCity. I prefer SimCity over the Sims. Not gonna lie.
Wow.
I
Too
actually
much
just
micromanaging.
yeah, I like micromanaging them instead of like just like I prefer the micromanagement of the city than the actual kind of like
Have you ever
life
seen
sim
the
aspect.
SimCity video? The one that's like, you can vote for me or else.
Maybe
damn.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't really keep up with the Sims because I don't know. I don't know what it is like for like life simulators slash like city builders and things like that. For some reason, like I know Sims is so great, like and stuff, but like they never really captivated me. Like I'd rather play like if I want like a little life sim or like just things I would rather play like 2 Point or city builders. I just got City Skylines, I think that's what it's called, right? I just got it. It was on sale this past week on Steam. If you guys, I don't know, I don't think it's still on sale, but yeah, like I don't know, like there's other ones that I played, and then there's like other like I think it's because I one of my first games that I played, like I guess like cool 3D looking games, because I played a bunch of like shittier games, right, with shittier graphics, but I think one of the first games that I did play was this game called Stronghold, which is essentially like a castle builder, right? You have to manage your folks and keep them happy and stuff and fed, and then you have to build your army. And it's kind of like Age of Empires esque, where you kind of go and like raid and stuff. So yeah, and I used to play like Age of Empires, Age of Mythologies, things like that a lot. So the Sims, I think that the city building aspect of it is better for me. And I still play games like what's called like Endless Legend and stuff like that. Not as often as I used to, because I play a lot more like multiplayer games with you guys. But like if we had the opportunity to play those, like there's kind of slower games, but you know they're still more tactical, I guess. And also I played a bunch of StarCraft and Warcraft and Warhammer and things like that. So yeah, they kind of like have the same top-down-esque and kind of manage your units, things like that. Not as manage one sim or whatnot, you know. So yeah.
I just know the Sims exist and I don't care for it.
I just wanted to really quickly say, like, the last time that I ever played The Sims 2 was, like, Sims 3 for the iPad Air, which is fucking old, mind you. Like, so long ago when I was still into the freaking Apple. Big mistake, must I tell you. Biggest mistake in cause of my
Are you
life.
sure your first warning wasn't the fact that their products have the life cycle of mayflies?
Oh, no, that was when I was still an ignorant child, okay?
That should have been your first warning.
You're implying you're not.
Oh, I still am. I'm just talking about much, much younger. Like, so long ago.
Did I ever tell you guys that I like when I worked at a call center, we had Apple products like come do a campaign at our, because we're like a third party call center.
Yeah.
And the trainers legitimately said, you know, we're not that great. We're not necessarily a phone company, right? Like our phone's not as great. It's kind of behind. we sell our brand. That's what we are. It's our brand.
Yes,
So
you did
it was
tell
like
us.
a lot of the training was about selling the brand of Apple itself, which
You know?
kind of concerning.
Like if you use Apple, your dick will grow 6 times bigger and shit like that. You know?
Anyways,
So they're selling me shitty Viagra.
Yeah, pretty much.
so it's just like Apple belongs in like those late night infomercials,
Yeah. Oh, and want to know the funny thing too? The only thing that I did in that game, from what I remember, is marry some rich dude, and that's it.
You got a sugar daddy.
Yes, exactly. Sugar daddy type of situation.
Well, I guess this applies to Junior. We did get some recent news like 2 hours ago
Oh damn.
And
for
what is this
Sonic's.
Yeah, I read it. I was just
Apparently, Sonic Frontiers director, because we know that there are all games upcoming this year and next year for
Plus the
Sonic.
DLC.
Yeah, and the DLC, they're planning to increase the number of playable characters in those games, which now I'm being reminded of Big the Cat's fishing game.
Of course you were gonna fucking say those words.
No, like, I understand we make fun of people for fishing, but Big the Cat's fishing was a problem because it was just like, you had to... It was one of the
There was
most
a literal
infuriating
boss fight where
games.
it took less than 10 seconds if you did it right.
Yes, but if you didn't, it was infuriating. And the whole point here is that at that point, there was so many playable characters and Sonic friends and family that essentially Sonic had lost all meaning as the hero. And when they're like, oh, we want more playable Sonic characters, I'm just reminded of like what was that create your own Sonic Boy thing? Cultist? Do you know?
We're not bringing that up.
I think I remember
Sonic
it, actually.
Heroes.
You mean Sonic Forces?
Yeah, Sonic Forces. There we go.
Sonic Forces.
How
Yeah.
the fuck did you Mitsuki?
It's been a long day. I've been asleep most of the day.
It hasn't been a long day for shit.
Mitsuki takes every opportunity to kind of shit on Sonic or Junior because he hasn't seen Junior all week for these past couple weeks. But
I like to assume he secretly undermines me. Like if Mitsuki goes to sleep and is already figuring out ways to undermine me.
he's like, he has a little notebook, right? He's like, ways to annoy Junior.
All right, so for tomorrow, wake up with more money. Step 1. Step 2.
Yes.
Wake up with less, with more freedom. Step 2. Step 3. Insult him on League 5 times in a row.
I don't even have to insult you on
Step 4,
League.
you gotta mention something about cultists and furries.
Dude,
I mean,
at this
that's
point,
half his personality.
just put down, wait for Cultist to say something and give him shit about it, because that's how it always happens.
I mean, you walk into it like 5 times out of 10.
Well, no,
Honestly,
duh.
That's most of the reason why we give you shit.
Like, you'll log in and say, guys, I found this amazing furry suit.
Oh, God, no.
Good question. What else do you got for us, cultists? Because I know you had something else before Mitsuki just came in here to talk shit
I didn't
about
know if he
Sonic
had
news.
That wasn't talking
he
shit.
legitimately said he had 2 news topics to talk
I know
about.
he did, but we started talking about some non-issues, so I thought he was buying time, okay?
Oh, no. I was just over here casually enjoying you insulting Junior before coming for
because
me.
of this, I was like, okay, we could have discussed, but okay, fuck me.
No, I wasn't insulting Sonic.
No,
this
that's
was
not what I'm
just
talking
me.
about. I was gonna be like, oh, well, I think they could do more characters differently this time. But now, because of you interrupting Brian, we're not going to do this more naturally. Good job, Mitsuki.
Oh, and we're still waiting to talk about what happened in RuneScape, so...
Shut up! just continue with your news topic, Brian.
Let me interrupt this program to bring you a special message, dear listener. We planned this thing out a little bit, all right? We get together right before we record, and we're like, let's talk about this. And you're going to talk about this, and you're going to talk about this, and we have this. There's some thought into
I have
it.
ADHD.
Believe
I
it or
break
not,
these plans.
believe it or not, we have some thought. We have some professionalism to our thing.
There is a method to the madness. Is what I would use.
But I will say, sometimes a certain someone will interject and just throw everything off. It's not always the same person,
But having the
but it's the
75%,
same person.
50% of the time, it's Mitsuki every time.
Listen,
But you know what? I don't think you guys would have your gamer pants any other way. You know what? Yeah.
You make gamer pants sound like a wine.
Yeah, you know.
I think that
these age beautifully.
Are you
True.
sure? I would say more like a cheese. Because
You're gonna look at our like
now I'm gonna
listener. You're gonna look at our listener like account and stuff, and it's gonna be like age perfectly. Yep, we're just gonna go straight down after all these Spencers.
Oh,
10 years from now, we're gonna look at this and be like, "Why the fuck did we do this?"
Yeah.
By then,
You
we'll
know,
have a sponsor, don't worry.
We appreciate every single one of you listeners. All right.
We appreciate the listeners. We don't appreciate ourselves.
Yeah.
There's some rule, though.
Go on, cultist. Go on with your last story. We'll let cultist get this last one out of the way. We'll go on to what we've been doing after that. Okay.
As long as we're not
Deal?
sponsored by.
Good deal. Absolutely,
Bud
deal,
Light.
please.
We're not sponsored by whatever you said, Mitsuki. Go on, cultist.
You missed
Definitely
everything
not
I
ready
said.
yet. Okay, so the final thing to end off with is that we finally got some more news on the Kerbal Space Program too. And, well, it's more of a trailer, and this is actually one of the tutorial videos that they have for the game. And basically, these tutorial videos, besides, well, obviously showing you what to do within the game, it also explains the concepts for each thing. Like, the video they posted was for essentially missing the ground, quote unquote. And this is basically like how spaceships essentially like go into space and how orbit works. So yeah,
Missing the ground in the Kerbal Space Program.
yeah.
That's never happened before.
What do you mean?
That's a
I'm
joke.
kidding. Yes, but yeah, that's basically one of the cool concepts about it that I like actually now.
Nice.
Then
Yes.
you plan on getting the game?
Of course, once I have money. When you think I'm gonna get money?
When you finally get a job, like I've been telling you to.
We get a sponsor.
Dude, I'm
And
gonna
thus we
get
must go
one
to
by
our
summer
sponsor,
break.
Raid
Okay.
Shadow Legends.
Look, I'm just gonna let you guys know that because I know you guys probably haven't worked with sponsors before, but when you work with sponsors, sometimes they're real picky on what you say on that sponsored thing. Like you gotta watch your mouth, Mister. Yeah, I know.
Hey, we're not
Wizards of the
sponsored.
Cunt. We're never gonna be sponsored by Wizards of the Cunt if you keep calling them Wizards of the Cunt.
I don't want to be sponsored by them. I'm sorry, but that is like selling my complete integrity.
You know who else is probably not in the sponsors? Blizzard.
Raid, Shadow Legends.
Raid, Shadow Legends. Oh, they'll sponsor anybody. We'll get sponsored by them.
Listen.
Look, if they sponsored me before, they'll sponsor anybody, all right?
Listen, let's be honest about Blizzard. They couldn't afford us.
Are you sure you're talking about Blizzard or Wizard of the Coast?
Both.
Oh man.
Wait, quick question. Do you no, you guys, you fuckers don't listen to the podcast. Do you guys see what I called the last podcast?
No.
Blizzard
I think
of the
I remember.
I think I saw. Remember, I'm still subscribed, so I still see it.
Oh yeah, I think you told me about that.
But
Stupid.
You think they lost their China office? You think they can afford us? You know.
That's also something you're not going to get sponsored anything in China because Mitsuki keeps talking shit about China.
Listen,
okay,
it's because of
hold
the fucking. You have to give your company up to this Chinese company because we don't trust anyone outside of China. It's like I like to make it clear that I did not say that.
It sounded like it on my end.
It's
Oh
a
my
Mitsuki
God.
at this point. Mitsuki's signature word is cunt.
Listen, only for Blizzard and Wizard.
Blizzard and Wizards, yes.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, look,
And
can we
lizards.
all agree on this thing? Mitsuki, we love your opinions. We absolutely love them. But if you can be
love.
muted.
I'm
Hold on.
sorry.
Look, I love them.
If you can be muted while you give them.
No. Look, if he can be muted half of the time that I'm muted for all of these episodes, goddamn, please.
Brian, if Mitsuki is muted for half the time of the episode, people would think he's fired.
Yeah.
Very
mean, that is
controlled.
true.
Where's that cool guy with all the strong opinions?
What's the other guy who actually talks?
You know, I need to make an honest. If we're gonna start saying honest truths, I need to make an honest commitment to find stuff, because waiting for Nintendo to release a direct is just not working out.
Yep. Or Sonic.
I could
release a
have
game.
told you that. Like,
No, I silently knew it.
You could have just talked about, the new Pokemon type coming out, being a fairy, how they're releasing a new fairy type in February, the love month or whatever.
Cup, you got a new Twinkie coming out? Yeah, guys don't know what the fuck that's from. Never mind.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
Anyways.
All right.
What's my mouse?
Silent existential dread aside, it's over. You got anyone that came here for the news section, you can go home now.
I was just gonna mention, but no, you know what? It's fine. It's probably not important.
Yeah, we're about an hour in, so let's move on to what are you doing? Well, what have y'all done this week? Because I know we haven't really chilled because Mitsuki's not here, and obviously Mitsuki's the glue that holds everyone together.
Apparently so.
I thought it was me. Are we sure it's not me? Considering the circle of who gets the insult the most.
Yeah.
So
let's go.
I've been playing Tower of Fantasy for
Bruce.
here and there.
Have they released a fishing update?
It's still Genshin Impact, but a little worse. Actually, no, it's still Genshin Impact, but better. It's just worse in content. Because it has the same issue. They put everything on an energy system, and it's like, it doesn't really work that well. Energy systems only work with mission-based stuff, not...
I would argue they don't work with mission-based stuff either, but okay.
They do.
Look, here's the thing, and I've been seeing like a huge trend with a lot of like MMOs lately, being like MMOs that are like mobile / PC kind of games, and I don't like it because a lot of times that they're on mobile, the companies that make it want to be greedy and kind of want to introduce an gacha aspect, which I'm fine with gacha. I'm fine with it. I don't mind it. Yes, I have. It's like a toxic thing I have with gacha. I will buy some gems, right? But the other thing is like, why do you gate it? Like they want to gate everything. Like you saw that with Tower Fantasy. I believe Genshin. I haven't really played Genshin enough.
Yes, Genshin
and
has
does
it.
the whole energy thing, right? I hate energy
Fake
systems
Grand
or
Order
stamina
does
systems.
it, but they give you enough gold apples that you can play the game for like 8 weeks, 9 weeks straight without losing the energy.
I'm going to be honest with you. That's why I stopped playing Fate, because of the energy thing.
Yeah, if you kept playing, you will realize you weren't ever going to lose it.
No, I did.
Really? I still have a bunch of energy, so I don't know what you did wrong.
I'm a degenerate, and I actually like hardcore play games sometimes.
Anyways.
Also, Ni no Kuni, they had like a kind of, some parts of it had like a thing where you can only do certain things like certain times. I just don't like it, man.
But energy systems, in my opinion, really suck because when you want to play the game, you can't.
Yeah. And like since like a lot of them have been like that, like the mobile / PC games, like there's games I haven't even tried. Like there's another one that just came out, like Avatar or something like that. I just saw that it was like a PC / mobile thing, and I was like, not gonna do it. Nope. Unfortunately.
That's why I got irritated Diablo Immortal and stopped playing as well. I mean, besides the microtransactions.
The whole issue, yeah.
Yeah.
What was that, Junior?
And also add the bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of mobile / PC games, Junior, what have you been playing?
Well, still been playing Honkai.
Uh-huh.
Still saturated on gems, and as they've said, stamina's a bitch.
Yeah, I heard you played another game yesterday. What's up? What did you play?
Who wants to hear the fastest speedrun and getting banned on old school RuneScape? Because I think I have less than a day.
So Junior decided to play old school
Thanks to the
RuneScape
recommendation of a bastard.
So
Oof.
he was asking, "Oh, what game should I play?" Because
I
I'm
don't
out
even
of
think
energy.
I asked that. I was just like, I'm just bored. And then
Yeah,
it was like,
he was stuck.
Oh,
He was stuck at university bored for like a couple hours, right?
and I said, "Why don't you play RuneScape?"
and then I did.
Yeah, he
And
played
he
RuneScape
really enjoyed it.
as
And
one
it-
should.
Yes, you should enjoy everything you do, except math.
The
No one
issue
enjoys math.
is,
The thing
Look-
I enjoyed apparently is the same marker utilized for determining who is macroing.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So I'm banned.
So for those that don't get it, Junior played old school RuneScape yesterday, right? Which was
Started.
Friday.
he had fun.
He was playing it today. You know, he started on his phone, right? Mobile, old school RuneScape mobile, to be specific. And then he went to the PC last night. This morning, he was playing on the PC, old school RuneScape. He was like, I don't know, like combat level, I don't know, 40 or some shit. I have no idea, right?
No, not 40.
Not that high. Okay, so
He was
like
19.
he had like 6-7 hours of gameplay, right?
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, he gets
I was getting
banned.
back. I was in the starting town because I was like, you know what? While granted the Minotaur area is great, it still has a chance to kill me. I'm just gonna go back and slaughter the goblins.
Okay, so he went back to Lumbridge to slaughter goblins.
No, I
So
didn't even
that
get
was
to the goblins. I went to the bank to just put stuff away, like gold and whatever.
Uh-huh.
I stepped out and then I found it disconnected. And then I was like, okay, I guess this isn't the first time. And then it says you are banned.
You know, Junior, I browsed the internets, right?
Yes.
For a while, actually, after you left. And while a bunch of them said, you know, like, oh, this happened to me, this happened to Old School RuneScape, a lot of them actually said that Old School RuneScape did that because apparently they had like a lot more botters in Old School RuneScape. So that could be just the issue. That's also why I was just like, to play like RuneScape 3, I guess, because Old School RuneScape, I don't know, it has some stories, right? But I always thought they were just like, whatever, right? But there were some people that said, you know, I think there was equal amount of people that said that, you know, you'll never get your account back. But there was some that said, you know, just fill out the form. They'll do it. Right. Some people said that they filled out the form. They never got back to them. 5 years later, they're randomly unbanned again.
5 years later.
Yes. I don't know. There was like 2 people that saw that on like 3 different Reddit pages / web pages and forums and things like that. But I think the majority that I saw were fill out the form or also just play RuneScape 3, you know, instead of Old School RuneScape. But there was, I did see like 3, 4, or 5 maybe posts about, you know, Old School RuneScape having more botters than RuneScape 3, which is weird. I don't think I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can't tell as bad as like a Lost Ark who's botting and not. But, you know, I will say that with my experience with both games, I have liked RuneScape 3 more than Old School RuneScape. While I know like the general consensus or a lot of the community likes Old School RuneScape just because it's
old school. It's WoW classic.
Yeah, and I see that, and like, see, I didn't really know the differences between either or when I was playing like hardcore, like 2-3 years ago. But you know, I played a lot more of the RuneScape than Old School RuneScape, and I looked up the differences last night just for Junior to see what the differences were, and from what I've read, I think I'd prefer RuneScape 3 over Old School RuneScape just in general, as far as content wise. I didn't know there was like different in that sense. I thought they were just kind of like, oh, it's just a graphical difference, but it's not.
I'm just mad that like I was just grinding. That's all I wanted to do. I was happy.
Did you by any chance have like the Razor macro things on and stuff? I know you had made a macro for some other game, or did you have like an auto clicker on?
It wasn't. It hasn't been on for like a while.
Like not even like on, but like in the background, like not actively using it.
Like it's downloaded, yes, but it's not active.
Oh, okay. That's so weird, like in your task manager, because that could be a thing. Because someone did say that, like, someone was like, "Oh, I use this third party thing, but it's like a approved third party thing," and they're like, "But was it active in the background? Because sometimes it still like sends false positives." So, yeah, but apparently false positives in old school RuneScape are a thing. So I have no
Maybe
idea.
they should fucking fix that.
Yeah, but
But
like I told
why?
you like I told you earlier, that they do have like they push updates less often, and it's more like more larger updates. They do a lot less updates, which is probably why you see more issues with it in old school RuneScape, based on what the forums were saying, at least
This isn't
as
even the
compared to.
first issue with the
This
game.
man was trying to get away from League of Legends, and he gets banned to go back to League of Legends.
They were saying they're like, no RuneScape for you, basically.
This man found joy and had it taken away from him.
Yep. So, yeah, but that's all you've been playing, just Honkai RuneScape.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
man was
Hey.
banned from Iowa.
Cultist, what are you doing, Cultist? I think we did we played a little bit of League together, right, Junior? Cultist?
A little
Billy?
bit, but it wouldn't be enough to where I'd be like, yeah, I was playing a bit of League.
Yeah, we only did like a couple, like two episodes. Oh my gosh.
Yes, 2 episodes
Oh
of
yeah.
2 games a night, basically, for the past like 2-3 days. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anything else you've been
but-
playing, Cultist, or no?
I recently got back into Pokemon Insurgents. Also, there was this other free game that finally came out on freaking Epic Game Store. It's called Hell is Others. I tried it out, at least the tutorial, and I love it.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, if you want to know, like after the tutorial, it's essentially a free for all looting game. So have fun with
Nice.
that.
I
So
wish we
Destiny.
actually did like this show like earlier during the week, or like early enough for that when we actually release like the Epic Game Store. Because I know Epic Game Store does basically like weekly things.
Oh, yeah.
I really wish like we could do like a way we can have that. Maybe we should put that out in our like Twitter, right? Like
Yes.
post out like whatever game is free on Epic. I'm pretty sure Epic tweets it, and we could probably just retweet it. But yeah, I myself have been playing very little games actually this week. I had like for some reason this week just felt like a drag. I had some changes done at work, and I was expecting those changes, so it was kind of like I knew those changes were gonna take effect Saturday, so I was like, work. Well, yeah. So I was just kind of sad.
Yes.
Not sad, but like just kind of like meh. And so I laid down a lot. My back hurt really bad because I'm old as fuck, and I didn't want to sit down. So I lay down. I said I was gonna use my laptop and play WoW at least. I did not. I did. I played maybe like combined over like 3 sessions. Yeah, 3 sessions specifically. I played maybe a combined hour and 20 minutes, but I just spent it, doing professions, like specifically fishing and cooking. That's what I'm doing right now, because the dungeon finder takes forever, and it just doesn't feel like something active that you're doing. Like like I've talked about ad nauseum, you don't really build the bonds. I did join a guild though, and they seem to be like kind of older players that I've been playing. I let them know that I haven't really played since Cataclysm, and they were kind of cool about that. And they're like, dude, it's just like a AoE fest nowadays, and a bunch of kids crying in dungeons or instances. And yeah, it is. It is exactly that. So that's cool. Fire Emblem and the Fire Emblem Engage, the Rings of Power. Fuck you guys.
We're not wrong.
Fire Emblem Engage. I've done. I think I'm like on Act 8. I think, or something. Not like Act, but like the 8th battle. I haven't really played much. I think I just did one battle. Since I did spend a lot of time at the Sky thing. I forgot what it's called. Basically your hub. I did spend some time there, walking around, customizing my your little guardian dude. I forgot what it's called. The pet guy.
Next DLC, they make it into Cloudsire.
Yeah, I've been spending more time with that. I do like it. I did see, I'd spoiled myself. I did see that there is a lot more characters. I'm waiting to get a thief. just because I like the rogue classes in Fire Emblem. They do high damage. But yeah, or they have a high avoidance also. So I'm just um excited to see that. I just haven't really been able to, well, not been able to play. I just haven't had the will to play. And then when I finally was gonna get to play, and I was like, I'm gonna get my Switch out, is when Billy was like, "You guys want to play League?" And I was like, "Fuck, I guess I got to play League."
My dad has been playing Dauntless, and was like, "Hey, that might be a game we can all play together. It's free to play."
Dauntless is fun. That's the one I brought up last time about it being like Monster Hunter-esque, like MMO. It's pretty fun. I've played it before.
I don't think I've heard that name.
I'm tempted to download it, I'll be honest with you. Because, see, when you're an adult, and a lot of our viewers will agree with us on this, you end up realizing that you don't have a lot of time to play games you want to play. And that there's not a lot of games out there that you want to play. So it's like,
I actually have a lot of games I want to play, and I have a lot of time to play games. It's kind of just like most of the times I'm just like, eh. Like, can I play them laying down?
I've kind of solved that issue.
Yes. See, I can play them laying down, but like I don't. I like my mouse and I like my keyboard. I do have a wireless keyboard. My wireless keyboard. Yeah, but you play it on a laptop. See, I have a laptop too, but I like my keyboard, like my big keyboard, my fucking clickety clacky one.
You know,
the
Adrian,
one that you guys hear.
it wouldn't take much to keep this the same, even though I had an actual PC.
Yeah. Yeah. How long is your cord for your keyboard? You don't have a cord, do you?
I have a cord.
he has a cord.
How long is your cord? You see, Junior, I have 3 screens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If anything, my biggest problem is the wires, actually. In this
3 screens and my PC all sitting on a desk. All sitting on a freaking sit-to-stand desk. It moves up and down. The bed is a good 3 feet away from the desk. So to lay down, like, I can't. The way I had my setup before, I was able to sit down and put my keyboard in front of me, right? I'd put this keyboard on my chair and kind of just like hang over the edge of the bed and like play like that. But now I can't. It's too far. And like the screens are on like swivel mounts, right? Like I can move them up and I can get them over my chair, like so I can see. But like if I play with a controller, I'm done with that. But it's just like sometimes I'm just like, okay, if I'm gonna play with a controller and look at my screen, like I'm usually playing the Switch things. I don't really play PC games on controller because I don't know. There's some that I do, but most of them I don't like.
Their name is Monster Hunter.
I just prefer to just take the Switch, like undock it and go play, or take the Steam Deck. But sometimes, the biggest issue actually with playing on the laptop and stuff is that if I want to be on Discord and like talking to you guys, and when I'm using this one, you guys say that I don't sound as good when I use the Bluetooth version. Mm-hmm. So yeah. So I would have to turn this PC on, and this PC is like a huge guzzler. Like it's just really it's a powerhouse. So it just wastes a lot of energy. Yes. And then plus I could turn off some of the monitors and stuff, but yeah.
If you aren't going full power 100% of the time, why'd you even buy it?
And then like to mute myself, I would have to like come out here and mute it instead of like muting the mic. Yeah, because I use this mic instead of my headset mic. It's just weird. Yes. But I have sometimes. The other day when I was playing, I told you guys when I was playing WoW, I was on the laptop. I was laying down in bed playing on the laptop. I don't mind playing WoW on the laptop because I don't really need like all my buttons on my mouse or my keyboard and stuff like that. I'm not doing anything like really important right now. I'm not doing any like raids or anything, any mythics. Yes. I'm barely level 40, I think, or 30 something. I don't know. Nowhere near. But yeah, that's all I've been doing. I played a little bit of RuneScape, not too much, a couple minutes. Wait, I played a mobile game. What is it called? It's a mobile game I played before, but I like it because it's a text-based MMO, and it got me back into wanting to code a little bit because I think the text-based MMO would be easy to code. It is called Simple MMO. I like it.
Very simple, I see.
Yes, it's basically text based, kind of like, but it does have like a UI and stuff like that. It's pretty fun. You have items
I
and
guess
things.
I should mention this as things I've played. Right now I'm on Minecraft, emptying out a chunk.
Any reason for emptying out of the chunk, or you just emptying out a chunk?
I wanted to see how well this is actually a good idea. This is not.
For what? Emptying out a chunk?
Yeah, I was like, oh, start the game, empty out a chunk, let's go.
Oh, you know who does that a lot? Ironically,
Who?
Jasmine. She's like, I emptied out a chunk today. Okay, and then I built a thing to my house. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Oh, okay. Good job. You know what I do want to play with you guys? Oral Craft.
I mean, I'm up for it whenever you are.
The reason I don't play Minecraft with you guys is that we usually run out of things to do. It's that whole thing, like things get easy after a certain point, and we just run out of shit to do. And that's
because we're
always
not
been my
builders.
issue with. That's the issue that I've been with my issue with Minecraft is that basically the end game is just it's not there.
There is
You
no
know?
end game.
Yeah. Or there's not, there's like, for some reason, for me at least, like I don't, like there's no driving factor other than let me go get a cool item, or the only thing I like about Autocraft is the struggle of having to get situated, which is the same with like other survival games like 70 to Die. The struggle of having to get situated. Once you're situated and you get complacent, yeah. But I've talked to you guys at length about how the human brain likes the struggle and likes issues, and that's what makes
This
things
is
fun.
why I play Risk of Rain.
Risk of Rain's fun, but also Risk of Rain, after you've done like a pretty much like good runs, you're kind of like left with
There is
what
no
now?
such thing as a good run of Risk of Rain. It's always struggling.
I think that's why I like RuneScape, because it is like kind of like this endless, seemingly endless. Because once you get to those higher numbers, you'll be there for like you'll spend a whole day and not level up.
Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. I'm sorry.
Oh, here
What?
we go.
So Risk of Rain 1 has released the new skills that were going to come for the...
Hold on, is it news?
It's not
If it's
news.
news, we're done with news, buddy.
It's not
We're
news.
done.
It's more of this is coming out for Risk of Rain, and I want to talk about it because I love Risk of Rain. And Risk of Rain 1 was actually a really fun game.
Okay, you got 1 minute before we close this bitch out.
Okay, Risk of Rain has come out with new skills for for all the classes. They've changed the buns. The basic class gets a knife skill. The huntress gets a boomerang glaive. The bandit gets a whip to whip people and lasso them up. And they added a bunch of new fucking skills. It's amazing. I love it. I'm super excited about it. I thought they were just gonna do the HD remake shit, but they're adding new skills, new things, and everything that you love about Risk of Rain. So I'm probably gonna
new
buy
skills.
it.
Let's go. Anyways, back to our non-news segment. Yeah, I think that's all I've been playing. I also watched. I've been keeping up with The Last of Us. It's pretty good. You guys should watch it. Keep up with it if you guys haven't. Other than that, nothing really. Looking forward. Forspoken came out. I have not played it. I know Junior asked me if I was going to buy it. I'm not going to play Forspoken. Not specifically. Trista wanted to play it. But because it's more of a console game, so Trista's a console gamer. I should bring her on and talk to you guys at one point, because she's played a lot of God of War, Horizon, things like that. I should ask her, like, maybe, you know what, maybe for our 25th or 30th episode, we'll bring her on, have her a special guest, have her talk about her gamer experience and things like that.
Even we're actually gonna have a competent guest for once.
Yeah, she's shy, but don't believe her. She talks a lot. But yeah, so yeah, we can pick her brain and see what she thinks about gaming. Because yeah. That's all we have, right? Nobody else have anything to say, so we can close this
there's
bitch
no
out.
point
It's
going in my
1:15.
rant, so.
That what?
He
There's
was
no
banned
point.
from bronze. The end.
Oh,
Let's
you're gonna go
move
on your rant? Go ahead. Go.
It was the Sonic thing that Mitsuki.
Oh,
Now at this point, it's like, what's the point? Just get it over with.
yeah. All right. Well, anyways, do the thing, Junior.
You may now take off your gamer pants.
Well, well, you can take.
You know,
Mitsuki.
that just cut it right there. That's the best way to describe this. The gamer pants.
Of course.
Anyways, guys, thank you guys for joining us for our 23rd episode
That
of
one
Gamer
wasn't
Pants,
funny at
guys.
all.
We'll see you guys next time. And as if Junior won't say it, I'll say you may now take off your pants. Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I blame Mitsuki for all my problems.
Hey everyone, Eno here. I just wanted to take a moment to thank all of you guys for listening to our little show and sticking with us week after week. It means a lot to us here at Gamer Pants. It really, really does. If you'd like to help our show grow, please do so by leaving a review or rating wherever you're listening. If you'd like to follow us on social media, you can do so at GamerPantsPod on Twitter and Instagram. If you'd like to drop us an email with some feedback or maybe just to yell at us for something Mitsuki said, feel free to do so at gamerpantspod@gmail.com. Again, guys, thank you all for your continued support. And until next time, keep those gamer pants on. Don't listen to Junior.